Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades, and today I'm working on this 12-inch round MDF board. And what I want to do is make an underwater, like deep sea or deep ocean look. And then I want to add this final transfer. This is just speaking to me lately, and so I decided I wanted to give this a try. So what I will start with is some Deco Art Extreme Sheen in Sapphire Blue, which is this one, and then the other one is Aqua. So I think these two will really complement each other, and they both have a really shimmery kind of look to it. And then here at the top, I want to do some white with some iridescent medium mixed with it so that it gives a little sparkle and shine like sunlight shining down and bringing light and sparkles to the deep darkness. Now I'm going to go in and start laying down my colors, and we're starting with this Sapphire Blue. And I'm just I'm not really trying to brush it on here yet. Just putting down a base coat by mostly dabbing the paint onto the surface. And then once this first layer dries, then I'll add a little bit of second and start trying to blend it more. So we got all of the Sapphire Blue down. And I'm going to start working with the Aqua, and I'm doing the same thing with this, just dabbing on the first layer and getting a kind of a good coat started, and then I'll come back and blend in each one into the other. And then I wanted it to have a little bit deeper blue than the sapphire at the bottom half of the board, so I am using some Liquitex heavy acrylic in deep turquoise, and then I'm blending it in with the sapphire blue because I wanted it to look like the deeper you go, the darker the water, the further away from the light that you are. And now I'm going to start blending the aqua and the sapphire here at the top, and then darken the aqua a little bit before I add the white. And I'm using Soho titanium white mixed with the iridescent medium, and I needed it to be a little bit thinner because the Soho is pretty thick, so I had to add a little bit of water to it. But now I'm going to blend the white and the aqua together, and then I will let this cure for just a little bit and come back and blend some more. And see, this is the reason why I didn't want to try to blend too much, because my brush was actually lifting the paint rather than leaving the paint onto the board. So adding a little bit more of that deep turquoise at the bottom. And I love this deep turquoise. It is an absolute gorgeous color. It looks black until you start blending it out, and then you can see it taking on that blue look to it. And it's just this gorgeous color. So now I am starting to mix my resin colors, and I am using just resin, midnight blue for the bottom portion, and I'm mixing a little bit of the Decor Exchange Sapphire blue, and then for the Aqua I'm using Resin Art Sea Foam, and that is a luster pigment. And then I'm again using the Silver White and mixed it with the iridescent medium. And I've got them all mixed up. My resin is Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat, and that is a 1-to-1 ratio. And I'm going to add a little bit of Primary Elements Bling It Blue. That is also by Resin Art. And I decided to use some of the turquoise as well, and I added the Bling It Blue to that. And then I'm going to heat it up a little bit so the resin will move, and then I'm going to start blending. I'm just using my hand to get the blend going, and I'll add a little bit more heat and let it move and help blend the different colors together even better. Get a little tilt. And now I'm going to add the sea foam and the white. Now once I added this white, it just started to seem to take over, and that's not really the look that I wanted. So I'm going ahead and I'm trying to get a blend on the Sapphire and the Aqua, or the sea foam rather, and then I'm doing a swipe, and I'm trying to pull some of the white down through the sea foam and into Sapphire, because I want it to look like light shooting down into the waters. And now I'm going to tilt it until I tilt some of that white off. And I'm taking some of the Bling It Blue, and I just stuck my stir stick down into their jar of the Bling It Blue, and then I was just tapping it over the surface because I wanted to get a sparkle to it. So this has cured, and now we are ready to add our decal and our final coat of resin. And I think it's turned out so pretty so far. The white up at the top does look like there's a lot of white, but I think that's the light shining on it, because in real life, from where I'm setting, it's not quite that much white. Okay, now when you put a transfer on, you want to make sure that you have no air bubbles beneath the vinyl that you are going to leave onto your surface. So I like to use this little tool here. It has a soft spongy tip to it that helps to press against but not tear your design. And I'm going to save that transfer tape because I can use it on other projects. And so I'm going back and checking for any air bubbles, and again I'm using this soft tip tool to help me move the air out to the edge of the vinyl, because I do not want to get any little places where resin can get under there, because it will lift it up from your board. Going over each and every letter and making sure and I think it's looking really great. I mean, I could stop right there, but I decided that I wanted to give some more sparkle, like the bubbles was coming up out of the deep of the water. And so I found these little, they're little crystal acrylic gemstones, and I'm just placing them randomly on here, all starting with the aqua and down into the deep blue, and just kind of going around the design of the vinyl. And the way I'm going to get them to stay on here is I'm using this diamond glaze, and I'm just putting little tiny drops on top of the acrylic crystal, and then I'm going to take a safety pin and just kind of pop that little bubble of diamond glaze, and when I do, it just covers and surrounds the little gemstone, and then when it dries, it's going to hold it into place. So if I get too much, I'm just using a little piece of paper towel and dabbing up any extra that I may have on there. It's not going to show once I put my top coat of resin on anyway. But I want to make sure that they are flat and that they don't also float up because there's so much of the diamond glaze underneath them. That's one reason why I'm doing it from the top and letting it surround the gemstone. There. I'm going to add my last layer of resin. Going to heat it up a little bit. This is Stone Coat Countertop also, and this is the Art Coat. It has the best UV protection. Almost done with it. So I'd like to say I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please click like and share. You help my channel grow when you do that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. You'll get notified when I upload future videos. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I'd love to hear your feedback, and everything I used will be in the description of this video.